Hello, crafty friends. It's Debbie with Make It With Me. Thanks for joining me today. I am back this month with another Team Tiny Hop. And the theme this month is scrap clusters. I almost forgot what I was going to say there. And this just screamed scrapbooking to me. And I know I've been telling you guys that I wanted to start scrapbooking again. And so this was just the perfect opportunity to kind of get me back in that mode. You know that I did a lot of scrapbooking when I went on the retreat a few months ago, but I just loved this theme because I have, like many of you, so many scraps. So I had all these scraps I just got my scrap bin out and I just started punching and cutting and just pulling out all of the colors in my scrap bin that I thought would look good with these pictures. This is a picture of my little granddaughter when she was born. She's 13 now. And so I am going back and doing a scrapbook for each one of my grandchildren. And so this just was a great reason to get that out this weekend and work on it. So now I did use a couple of full-size sheets here. The white ones, of course, are my backgrounds. But I also had this. I don't know how this full 12 by 12 sheet got left in my scrap bin, but it did. I think it might have been left over from a pack that I had or something. But I just really liked the little scripty circles on there and the brown. And I had, it wasn't a full sheet of brown, but I guess I had cut some off. So I just, but it was still 12 by 12. So I just did a little paper tearing. I know that a lot of you like to do that, and so do I. And then this paper that I'm using at the bottom, this was one of the free ones we got during Celebration once. I love using the designer series paper on my scrapbook layouts as well as my cards, you know that. But this was a really pretty one. It was Rings of Life, I think. It was a nature one. But I just really liked the green and the yellow and just the background of this one. And you'll see why in a moment, because I was going back to this art gallery stamp set and I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not, but there's a really nice texture one in here. But I'm just kind of getting look how young I look there. Oh my goodness. That's me holding the baby. What I'm doing here is I'm planning to use peekaboo pockets. I don't want to, I'm one of those that likes to use lots of pictures on my pages, but I don't want them to get too cluttered. And so these peekaboo pockets have been a game changer for me when it comes to scrapbooking, because I used to just fit as many pictures on a page as I could, and I would do all of these gorgeous backgrounds and decorating and all of that, and then I would just cover it all up because I wanted to use so many photos. So now I can really it's just changed everything for me. So now I can use all the pictures I want still and still be able to create the pretty backgrounds and things. So I'm just kind of going through my scraps here. You can see there where I used a daisy punch and punched out a lot of those daisies with that same paper from the Rings of Life, and I thought that would be pretty to kind of tie that together and make some little layered flowers to go with it. But look at all these pretty colors that I pulled out of my scrap bin. You guys, I used to not mix colors like this when I was scrapbooking. I thought everything had to be all matchy-matchy, and this was so much fun. I'm going to do this again. I had a ton of scraps left over, so I am officially in scrapbooking mode now. So I am just going to pull out some things. You can see I took out some ovals, some circles, some little wavy type. That's a brand new punch I just got. I thought that my circle punch was going to fit that perfectly, but I need to go down one size. But I got that because I thought it would be really pretty background ones in that light green there. Now I pulled out this light green textured paper, and I've got this pink flower. I had a pretty large sheet of pink. There's the stamp set. It's the artistically inked. I thought it was art gallery, but it's really pretty. It's got a watercolory look, and those are the dyes I used. And I cut out the leaves. I die cut the leaves and the pink flowers, And I almost didn't use the pink flowers, and then you can see the other punches that I used. But I've got my pictures kind of placed where I want them, and then I'll probably remove those top photos because I don't know if any of you have used peekaboo pockets, but they go on the outside. So you've got your base photo that's not going to show. It'll be the last picture in the stack, and then those peekaboo pockets are self-adhesive, and you stick those on the outside of your page after you put the page protector on, and then they're like a waterfall. You can just kind of flip them up. Now I take that texture stamp and I'm using the crushed curry ink here because that's the color of the border. You know, I don't know why I chose yellow on this page. Maybe because there was so much pink, I just wanted to contrast it. But when I was pulling out all the colors, for some reason that yellow just really stuck out to me. And I guess also I think yellow and brown go really nicely together. And now that I'm looking in this video, the brown almost looks black. It's a really dark brown, but you can see I decided to go ahead and stamp the edges with that texture stamp from that set. And I wasn't going to do all 4 sides, but you'll see I do end up doing that. And I'm glad I did. I think it turned out really nice. Now I know the top is not going to match. If you can see I kind of went off the edge on one side, but not on the right. But that's okay because that's where I want to put my title, is up there. So I wanted it to be a little different anyway. And so I'm just going to banner some of these edges just to give them a little bit more I don't know, shape, I guess. And I love flowers and plaids together, so I thought this worked out really well. And I really like that pink and yellow and the greens. I just think this page has so much color. So I'm just going to kind of start building my clusters now. And I kind of have an idea where I want to go with this, but you know me, I always change my mind. So I've punched out all of these little daisies and flowers and leaves, and I'm just going to start building. So I'm just going to put on a little bit of music, and I will let you just watch this process, and I'll pop back in and kind of show you what I'm doing. But I think the video will be pretty self-explanatory. So hang in there with me, and let's put some scrap clusters together. Okay, so I'm just putting on the finishing touches. And I did take that yellow striped paper. I thought was pretty, but it was looking like everything was going horizontal. So I did switch it up and add that little banner that's going vertically. And I thought that added a lot, but I'm really happy with this. I think it's really pretty. I really like, now this is how the waterfall works. And I'm just going to kind of get that placed on there. Now, I haven't pasted that down yet because I've got everything kind of temporarily placed, but this is how my clusters turned out, and I'm just so happy with them. This was so much fun, you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please hit that hashtag and visit all of the other creators in this hop and see what everyone else comes up with. I'm excited to watch this. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Happy stamping, everyone.